Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Wednesday, December 15th. I left Montgomery this morning and I took Highway 231 to the southeast toward Dothan, Alabama. Once again, had plenty of time in my own head. This non-interstate road, this 231, is a route that I had chosen so that I would have a chance to play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Course in Dothan. 231 is a limited access highway, 4-lane divided, but it isn't an interstate, it's a near interstate. There are more than just limited access. There's more things than cloverleafs where you can enter the highway. There's roadside gas stations that you just pull off on. But you can put the pedal down and make good time. I think I had my cruise on 65. Where it does have some of the same facilities as an interstate, it's a little bit different view of Americana. When you go through the cities, there are indeed the McDonald's and the Applebee's and the Lowe's and the Walgreens and of course the Walmarts, along with other national franchises. But there are other things. There are other businesses. There are small independently owned restaurants. There are small independently owned drugstores. There are small independently owned this and that. And when you get on the outside of the big cities, there's other things. There's museums. There's a couple of corny museums. I didn't stop, thank you, no. There's flea markets. There's antique malls, probably full of things they bought at the garage sales. I don't know. There's produce stands. You see homes right at the edge of the highway. Some of them very nice homes, kind of freestanding out in the middle of nowhere. There's farm homes, beautiful fences. There's trailers up on blocks. There's trailer parks. All kinds of things. I tell you what, one of the non-franchise restaurants that I saw was, listen to this, the Taj Greek and Indian Restaurant. I kid you not. Where else would you be able to find cuisine like that other than down here on Highway 231? Come on down, let's try it out. One return email that I received yesterday about my blog was a gentleman who was lamenting that everybody seems to be in such a big hurry to get from point A to part B that they miss all of these things that I mentioned yesterday and of course the things I'm mentioning today. And I reflect, he's absolutely right. Just like St. Louis, where I am tonight is flyover country. People going from California to New York, maybe a stopover in Chicago, but it's East Coast, West Coast. We're nothing down here. And it strikes me that this highway, 231, and other highways like this, are to some extent flyover country for the interstate travelers. And I'm kind of having fun driving where very few people go, or at least fewer people go. I'm finding the journey quite enjoyable. I also learned that you have to understand the context of things. I saw a great big billboard, and it simply said, "This is Trojan country." And the T was a large font, very phallic looking T. And it crossed my mind, holy cow, they make them down here. I wondered where the factory was. Maybe it was up the road a piece. Maybe it was off on a side road. I don't know. I wondered how many people they employed. Interesting. And then I began to see more of these billboards, and I thought, yeah, you know, it's nice, but they're kind of walking on the edge of good taste here with all those big billboards. Misunderstanding. Whoops, faux pas alert. When I passed through the next town, I realized that there was a Troy University, and the Trojans were their sports teams. Hey, misunderstanding. Uh-oh. Anyway, next thing that happened, my phone rang. My cell phone, you know. And I answered, and I spoke with a friend of mine in St. Louis, probably for 10, 15 miles. I don't know. Huh. Holy cow. It really wasn't that long ago that I packed up my wife and my kids into a trailer park, or into a trailer home, and into a motor home. And when we got back to St. Louis after a couple of weeks sojourn through Florida, the answering machine was full. Wow, times have changed. Boy, this is the connected society. You can't get away from that telephone. And life goes on. There really is no vacation. But that's okay. It was great to talk to my friend. And actually, I had several phone calls today and yesterday for that matter. Okay, by the time I reached Dothan, it was 11 a.m. The temperature monitor in my car, in the nice high-tech display on my dash, had risen from the low 40s in Montgomery to the low 50s in Dothan. Hey, that's good enough for me. Especially when I reflected that last week, this time, I was shoveling snow off my driveway that measured halfway up to my knee. And 50 degrees is okay for me. The course was beautiful. Even the zoysia was dormant and a little bit brown, but the course was a beautiful course. Plenty of fairway sand. Had a lot of fun playing it. It was very challenging. I didn't score particularly well, but I enjoyed playing the course, and I'm glad I did. I paired up with a local, and that son of a gun quit after he played 9. He said it was too cold for him. Well, there you go again. We all see things under different perspectives. To me, it was plenty warm to play golf. To him, it was too cold. After playing the 18, I ate a Burger King burger doodle, and I drove on into Florida to clip off a few more miles of my trip. I'm staying tonight in an Econo Lodge, just east of Tallahassee. And just like the Trojan signs that I saw, we've got another misunderstanding here on my part. I thought Econo Lodge meant that I wouldn't pay a lot. In fact, I'm paying more tonight for this hotel room than I did for a nicer hotel room up near Montgomery. I think what they were saying is that the caretakers at the Econo Lodge don't spend as much money on maintenance as do the caretakers at other places. Oh well, there I go again. I'm a spoiled American. Where I'm spending the night, although it isn't as fancy, would be viewed as a palace to probably 3/4 of the souls walking the earth today, maybe more than that. I'm spoiled. Just like what we used to call in our youth the ugly American, I take for granted the luxuries that I have. I'm safe, I'm secure, I'm warm, and I'm going to get a good night's sleep. In fact, tomorrow I'm in Tampa, and I'm going to see my daughter, my stepdaughter's husband, and my grandson. I'll sleep with a smile on my face tonight. See you tomorrow. Good night now.